A new Texas law is boosting businesses that help patients seeking medical marijuana.
We knew that Texas, being as large as Texas is, with 30 million people here, represented a significant potential medical market.
As demand grows, we look at the impact of changes to the state's compassionate use program and how it's affecting people seeking treatment. A West Texas mountain could play an important role in our country's national security. Why what's hidden beneath the surface could hold the key to everything from smartphones to fighter jets.
She really symbolizes, I think, all the children who've died from this disease and also the cause that the survivors are fighting for.
From heartache to hope, how a girl's battle with cancer is inspiring action on Capitol Hill, fueling legislation that could save young lives.
Produced from the Capitol in Austin and airing statewide, this is the award-winning State of Texas.
Hello, and thank you for joining us. I'm Dylan McKim, in for Josh Hinkle. The state's medical marijuana program is growing its number of patients. In November, that number was around 130,000, and more are expected to join after sweeping changes at the state capitol. Medical marijuana producers are starting to change to meet that demand. Earlier this month, one of those companies licensed to sell medical marijuana opened its first retail shop. That company, Good Blend, opened its doors in the San Antonio area. I went there to see how they aim to make a difference for patients. It's the next step for medical marijuana in Texas, a retail shop where patients can walk in, speak to an associate about the different products, and walk out, medicine in hand. That's exactly what Alicia Ward did Tuesday. She's been a patient in the state's compassionate use program for years.
To be able to come to even just one specific building in one specific location is great, and it's so much more convenient.
A year ago, War had to call a couple of days ahead to get a prescription filled, and depending on the day, she would have to go to different pickup locations to get her medicine. That's because state law did not allow companies like Good Blend to store their product overnight at the pickup locations. They had to store everything at their main location. For Good Blend, that was in Austin.
Any patient that didn't make it in for whatever reason, because life happens, we'd have to drive that bag all the way back up at the end of the day. So there was just so much movement.
They'd be like, you can pick up same day if you come to Austin. I was like, yeah, I don't have 17 hours to drive there because the traffic is so bad.
But a new law passed this year in Texas changes that. Good Blend can now store their products in their San Antonio shop inside this vault. It's equipped with a steel cage and security cameras. This cuts down on wait times for patients. That's important because the number of patients is likely to grow after lawmakers also expanded the eligibility for medical marijuana to people with chronic pain. It's the reason why another licensed company, Texas Original, opened a new 75,000 square foot facility in Bastrop, a 4-year project that places their entire complex operation under one roof.
We were confident with the size of Texas and where the rest of the country was in terms of having medical cannabis accessible to patients in need, that the Texas program was going to dramatically grow over time.
When the facility is at full capacity, it will be able to serve about 100,000 patients. Currently, there are only 3 companies licensed to sell medical marijuana in Texas. DPS is vetting 9 other companies. Well, expansion of the medical marijuana program comes as the state is putting new restrictions on products containing hemp-derived THC. Earlier this month, the Texas Alcoholic Beverage Commission heard public comment on proposed rules to prevent people under the age of 21 from buying those products. But there's also a looming change on the federal level to ban those products altogether. Capitol correspondent Adam Schwager takes a closer look.
The Texas Alcoholic Beverage Commission listening to arguments for and against their proposed THC age restrictions.
Thank you for those comments. They've been noted.
Their proposals would replace the current emergency rules and either suspend or revoke licenses for retailers who sell consumable hemp to someone under 21 and require age verification for all customers under the age of 40. Some groups argue those measures aren't enough.
The age gate really should be age 25, not 21, because that aligns with brain development.
These new rules come at a time of uncertainty for the industry, as the United States Congress decided to ban consumable hemp in their bill to reopen the government. However, with the change not official until next November, hemp shop owners are operating as usual.
It's widely seen within the industry, with the people that I work with, within our executive staff, that This federal ban is really more of a negotiating tactic.
Nicholas Mortellaro operates a series of hemp stores in Central Texas. He says he'd be concerned about the federal change to hemp if it's still in effect this February. That's when Congress will have to pass another continuing resolution to keep the government open.
And if they don't pass a full farm bill by the 31st, or that ban is still in place, we miss a big, big opportunity to get some more reasonable regulation and a more comprehensive regulatory bill across the finish line.
If hemp is once again legalized at the national level, the debate would go back to the Texas legislature, which passed a ban earlier this year, which Governor Greg Abbott later vetoed. The driving force behind that ban, Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick, showed no signs of stopping his crusade against the subject.
The governor and I will work through this. We'll figure this out, but we've been very clear where we are, and we'll figure it all out.
For State of Texas, I'm Adam Schwager.
From your phone to military missiles, rare earth minerals make it all possible. The U.S. depends on countries like China to get those elements, but find out how a mountain in West Texas could change the game for America's technology and defense.
It's really rare up here to be able to pass a bill that saves kids' lives, and this is one of them.
In a divided Congress, one bill brings both sides together. How the story of a girl's fight against cancer could bring changes to help other kids fighting the disease.